Okay, guys, what's up? I'm extremely happy that I get to cover something else besides, besides the whole George Floyd stuff. So this is gonna be a celebratory video. This is the second video I upload, and let's go. What? Luca's canceled? Let's talk about it.
A couple of weeks ago, Pixar released its newest film, a coming-of-age tale about two young boys in Italy who spend a summer getting into mischief.
I haven't watched a minute of the film, and I barely watched the trailer. But I think the gist of it, except for I don't know what the goal is, because, like I said, skip the trailer on YouTube now, but yeah.
Going on adventures, discovering the true meaning of friendship, etc. The twist is that both of the boys, Luca and Alberto, are actually sea monsters. And when they venture onto dry land, they assume the appearance of human beings, but whenever they're in the water, they revert back to their true sea monster form.
I think the reason why that was a twist is because I think the main person, this is just some back. I think the twist is the twist is because one person has some water spilled and they're trying to cover up. So that one person had. Actually, I haven't watched the show. So.
This apparently is the plot. Now, not to give away the ending, but eventually everybody on land learns that the boys are actually sea monsters, and things get a little hairy at first, but then they all learn to accept Luca and Alberto for who they are, while more importantly, Luca and Alberto learn to accept themselves.
Okay, so I can definitely see how that has parallels to being gay. I'm pretty sure they put that in there for parallels of being gay. Because the undertone message is the message is about acceptance of who your kids are, and yeah. Also, if any of you guys like are gay and your life is really tough right now, you should go check out the Trevor Project, because I will refer you to a church, but they're so horrible, nasty, and toxic. So, but the Trevor Project is up there, so,
And I don't need to see the movie to tell you it ends that way. Almost every kid's movie since the dawn of time.
Whoa. No, I don't know if you watched the movie or not.
Has been at some level a coming-of-age story, and there's almost always prominent themes of self-acceptance, of being yourself, and so on. Pixar isn't doing anything new here. Even the sea monster bit is clearly reminiscent of The Little Mermaid, a disturbing tale about a monstrous aquatic freak who crawls onto land and stalks a young prince, eventually ensnaring him in a romantic relationship on false pretenses. The only thing that's arguably unique about Luca is that the film centers around male friendship. There is no romance here.
Okay, so what about Stand By Me? How come Stand By Me didn't get flagged? Well, that's because I'm in the current political climate. But I would say that a group, the Bible talks about a friend being closer than a brother. The brother's was really close, so like a friendship is really good and really important to have. So. Yeah.
Unlike in Little Mermaid. Now, when I was growing up, those kinds of stories were a little more common. The Sandlot is one example. I was a big fan of that movie as a kid. But these days, most movies feel the need to shoehorn in some kind of romance angle. And of course, there always has to be at least as many female protagonists as male. Luca slightly...
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Listen, it's something test is just with a B. And it's about, like, you have to have, like, women talk about something besides men for an hour.
Breaks from that mold.
It's the Bachelor test. I think it was the Bachelor test.
Games by telling a more simple, innocent, straightforward story of two young boys who become friends. But nothing is allowed to be simple and innocent and straightforward anymore. Not when there's so much indoctrinating to be done and so little time to do it. And that's why many people on the LGBT left and in the media have spent the last several days insisting that Luca must in fact be a gay movie.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they added some stuff in it, but just because it's two friends that have the same sex, doesn't mean. But the other thing is that it's because if it was a man and woman, or if it was a boy and a girl, we'd be shipping them. So I understand the shipping, because I understand the shipping of the LGBTQ community shipping them, but I understand LGBTQ shipping them, but there's no Q. LGBTQ, right? Q's still in there, right? LGBTQ is still a thing, right? Right? Okay, anyway,
It's not a game.
oh yeah. So but you don't say, oh, this is a romance. Would you say it's a romance? I don't know. Yeah. I'm not really a shipper. I don't know if I can say that. But, yeah, I mean, if I was with the LGBTQ community, I don't know if I would be shipping them, and, if I was, because I mean, I don't really call my own ships, but two people spend most of the movie together. If right now, if I saw it and there was two different people, two people of different sex, then and same sex. If I was LGBTQ, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I do. So I'm not. I don't know what I do. No, I would ship them, because if it was a straight couple, then I would do. But I don't know the romantic part in it. But we're gonna have to at least watching the
movie. The boys are not gay, and there's no romance between them, which is good because the characters
Did you watch the movie though?
are prepubescent children. We're not yet at the point where Pixar will release a movie about 8-year-old boys in love. We may get there eventually, but for some on the left, that time can't come soon enough. They're impatient. And that's why if you go to Twitter and you search for Luca right now, you'll find many tweets like this from a guy named Eric Rosewood, or Rosswood, I think, self-professed LGBT activist and author of the book, The Ultimate Guide for Gay Dads. And he tweeted, quote, "Just saw Luca, and I don't care what anyone else says. It's the first gay animated film by Disney Pixar. Feeling like you might have a..."
Or they're suggesting that they were going to be...
Have to hide a part of yourself, meeting someone you like for the first time, strangers calling you and your friends monsters, feeling like you might have to... Tweeted, quote, "Just saw Luca, and I don't care what anyone else says. It's the first gay animated film by Disney Pixar. Feeling like you might have to hide a part of yourself, meeting someone you like for the first time, strangers calling you and your friends monsters, finding the good ones."
Yeah, but if this has been the theme of Pixar, now self-acceptance is, but this isn't about just acceptance, it's also about parents accepting their kids for who they are. And to me, that screams this is about the LGBTQ. When I say that the undertone, the message that the parents are supposed to get from it, the moral of the story is parents accept your kids for who they are. So, is it a pro-LGBTQ movie, I'm gonna say if what he said was right, if what he said, which I don't know if you watched the movie or not, but if he said that everyone around that as the parents grow to accept them, but then again I have to realize that the main thing of Pixar has kind of been about acceptance. But I don't know. Tell me how you guys think. And can we get to 1,000 subscribers, please, so I can get the community tab open? You know, and I wouldn't mind the super chat either. All right. I'm messing with this.
I cried. Now, he's not alone in this assessment. The headline from BuzzFeed says, "I'm sorry, but Luca is
Guys,
totally a gay movie."
Don't trust BuzzFeed at all. I hate BuzzFeed. It's just bad, especially with the whole 32 questions for men. That was extremely condescending. It was very, very offensive. I get them being mad at Trump, but how are you gonna say how is it like to be the same race as Trump? Like, generous Trump. Like, this is started off. I'm probably fairer than you are. No, okay. BuzzFeed left a strong impression on for me after that, and they didn't disappoint. What I mean by they didn't disappoint was they did disprove me. You know, they kept pushing out points. Except for there's one about this hairy guy doing stuff his friend trying to kidnap him, and then there's a segment where a bunch of people.
And that's why I loved it so much. Screen Rant announces why Luca is an LGBTQ story.
Also, why? No. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker for me. If acceptance isn't, I'm not gonna say shoved on our faces because I can't say it's shoved on our faces. But if acceptance in the exercise acceptance hasn't been a main thing, and now it's the main thing, I can say, and I support this message, which is parents accept your kids for who they are, and you know, and I'm not saying don't disciple them, because you don't throw your kid out to some camp because they disobey you or no. So I'm saying it's sin, but it's the same thing as lying. So that's and you know, of course lying is the same thing as white lying. So you could say being gay is the same thing as being a white, like, especially at a time where kids are just trying to find themselves and trying to figure out who they are. Like the whole point of now, I don't support any doing anything to the body, but the whole point of LGBTQs like finding their identity, but then so people think that I'm going through a really weird time, you know, and I was bullied. I have feminine hormones in me, and everybody has two sexes of hormones in them, but one of them is more predominant, but the other one is there. It is there. It's in your makeup, but yeah. So yeah. But it does. From what if what he's saying is true, how it ends, and that story is not a predominant story that comes across basically every Pixar movie. It doesn't mean that if it really comes up, or at least it comes up like not too many times, then I can say, okay, well then the message is parents accept their kids for who they are, you know, that stuff. But what I was saying is the whole finding your I forgot what I was going to wrap up.
Despite what Pixar says. The AV Club has a lengthy missive explaining in strenuous detail why the gay interpretation of Luca is entirely valid. And Vanity.
And this is what I hate. It's like, okay, you guys are saying that it's gay movies instead of bring up the very important message in it. Instead, you guys want to merely deem it as gay. Instead, look, the first game. I said the first game, but it was like Love Victor and Love Simon. Right? I've seen ads for both. I don't know if they're in the same universe at all. I don't know. I haven't watched any of them because, you know, we all have to vote on watching stuff, and I mean, it's that type of movie I like. I'm not really a romance person, so I didn't watch Notebook, and I'm not gonna watch Love Simon. Call me homophobic, I dare you. But this is what I hate. You had such a good message, very important message. This should be see the LGBTQ people. We need to go after the parents more. And you've already what I'm saying is that by the LGBTQ community needs to say, parents, you need to accept your kids for who they are before they kill themselves because of it. Because people kill themselves for it. It's very serious. That's why I brought up the Trevor Project, and that's where the NFL did too. And yeah. So you need to and to keep your kids alive, whether it's for selfish reasons or not, you should always want to keep your kids alive. No. To keep your kids alive, this is what you need to do. Because you don't know if they're gay or not.
Fair takes a more sort of middle of the road approach with its contribution to this discussion. The headline, is Luca Pixar's first gay movie? Maybe. We should note, meanwhile,
This is what I hate. Is it? How I said the message is there. How come no one's saying the message? To me, well, it seems that the message is about parents accepting, and of course the kids accepting, but there's no way to have a coming of age story without kids accepting themselves. It's literally there's no way.
that the director of the film, who may be considered an authority on what the movie is about, has addressed these claims and clarified that no, it's not a gay thing. The boys are just friends. Boys are allowed to be friends. In fact, most boys...
And listen, the thing is that it doesn't have to necessarily be intentionally made to have a parents accept your kids moral. But it still has it there. If he saw the movie or if he's right about what he said. I cannot stress this enough because I don't know how it ends. And I don't care if I do get spoiled or not. I'm gonna do a follow-up video. Not follow-up video. I'm gonna go in there and try to see how it ends.
have friends who are boys, and there's nothing sexual about it.
Yeah.
This is quite normal and healthy.
Yeah, but what would you say? Matt Walsh, would you say it was if it was flipped, would you say the same thing?
What is not normal and healthy is to see all male friendship, even prepubescent, fictional, animated male friendship, through a sexual lens.
Yeah.
The Insider website has taken a different approach, accepting that Luca is not a gay story and castigating Pixar for lacking the courage to sexualize a relationship between two elementary age children.
So no, it's bad if they're not gay. No, it's bad if they don't have a gay character in them. So they don't make the story about. They can't make a story. You're literally saying that they cannot make a story about two boys being friends. They cannot make that story. That's bad. Or maybe they're saying that they're queer baiting because they might be paraphrasing, and that's a whole nother can of sanitizer I don't want to open. I know it's a can of worms, but hey, I can do what I want. It's my show.
The author, Jacob Sarkeesian, he writes, quote, while the implications of queerness are there, particularly in the friendship between Luca and Alberto.
Didn't I say queer baiting? Didn't I say queer baiting? I just want to say, this is all these reactions, unless I tell you specifically, are all my original reaction. So, it's all my original reaction.
It's disappointing that Disney's Pixar wasn't brave enough to fully commit to their first queer animated tale. He continues, Luca is immediately taken by the free-spirited Alberto when he meets a fellow sea monster off the coast of Porto Rosso. They're casually physical with one another, sleeping side by side under a star-filled sky.
I mean, if you look, in the LGBTQ community, I believe that they're just, well, no, I can't say that. But, Listen. What would you do if... Here's the thing. I don't believe it's gay. But I don't blame the people in the LGBT community to do this because what would you do if, we're watching, what's his face? We're watching Kiss Walking. Spoilers. And if you take out his fantasy about him kissing the girl, they're obviously setting up a relationship. Same thing with Tristan 4 and Divergent. Sorry guys for the spoiler, but who really watches Divergent? You actually should watch Divergent, all three of them. But they're incredibly disappointing, but still not entertaining enough. So if you don't know what to watch anymore and you don't feel like getting Disney Plus, that's what you should do. Anyway, back onto the original program. What was he saying again?
Free-spirited Alberto when he meets a fellow seaman.
Oh yeah, Sleeping Under the Stars. And everyone knows that if let's say Tristan 4 before start dating Sleeping Under the Stars, I mean look, I can see why. It's because I don't think that the movies have changed. I think that the way we view the movies have changed, and maybe the way that people are choosing to write and shit. But that's a normal story, like Onward. Pretty sure some stuff happened on Onward that people would say was queerbaiting now if they weren't brothers. But actually, Onward, you gotta give props to Onward for making them brothers because they dodged a bullet there.
Monster off the coast of Porto Rosso. They're casually physical with one another, sleeping side by side under a star-filled sky, wrapping their arms around each other's waists, and watching the sunset together.
Okay, what would you do if we switch out Luca or whoever the main character is, and we make him and we switch him with the girl? And now it's a straight couple. Now what would you say? See, this is the thing. You have to put the right doesn't want to put themselves in other people's shoes. If you were gay, especially if you're a gay shipper, I'm not really a shipper. I shipped Ariana. If you guys watch Attack on Titan, you know, from like a mile away, but I shipped Ariana, but I'm not necessarily like a shipper. Just because you don't want, like, for example, if you rob somebody, you're not a robber. You only rob them one time. I feel like I have to, again, robber, no. Yes. If you rob somebody once, you're not a robber. If you rob somebody 3 times, you're a robber. 2 times, I'm not gonna say 2 times, but anyway, so I'm not gonna call myself a shipper. Just gonna do it one time. One time, like, if I lie one time, doesn't mean I'm a liar. Of course, no one lies just one time.
In fact, they spend a lot of time embracing one another.
Now listen, like I said, it's just the lenses that people view differently, and people feel more open to be like, I think that I'm shipping them, And if we switch them out, everyone would be shipping them. But here's the thing: it's because LGBTQ doesn't mean that they can't. Now, like I said, I believe that that's a sin. But just because LGBTQ doesn't mean that they can't ship them, especially Matt Washington, not Christian, Why can't they ship them? And why is he saying that? See, Matt Wash has the stupidest beard, has the stupidest appearance, the stupidest foot, and the stupidest brain in all of them. Okay, that's obviously, I'm obviously joking. But, I don't know why he's on Daily Wire. I don't know about Andrew. And actually, no, Andrew is just pretty intelligent because he said that we're the least racist. Yeah, I'm still saying, he said we're the least racist country. That doesn't mean that we're not inherently racist. But I don't know why he's on the Daily Wire.
Teasing that their relationship could blossom into something more.
They are teasing it, or queerbaiting. I don't know what he said, but I heard easing, so it's not like you say teasing. But they were absolutely doing it, especially. No, I'm not gonna say the word do not, but especially, but That's what we thinking. That's what people LGBTQ are thinking. That's what we'll be thinking if one of them was a girl, and also they're thinking because that's the the LGBTQ community. I have no problem with them doing it, except for the fact that it's a sin. But one thing is that it's I can see why. That's what I'm trying to say. When I say no problem, no. When I said that time, I meant to say I can see why.
The comparisons to Call Me By Your Name, a film where two young men fall in love, are well earned. The Italian seaside setting, the hazy beauty of the summer scenery, and the tale of two boys experiencing love for the first time. Now, Sarkeesian begrudgingly accepts that the 9-year-olds in the cartoon aren't sexually interested in each other. It's just that he's disappointed, is all. He says, this may seem refreshing to some to see a Disney movie explore friendship as opposed to a fairy tale love story. But it's a shame that this decision has come when a gay romance could have so easily and naturally been explored. Making Luca and Alberto explicitly gay or queer wouldn't have felt contrived. It would have been a meaningful confirmation of what is already a story.
Okay, it would have been too controversial for Disney to do that. I don't think it's a smart move on Disney's part to do that. Why do that when now I'm more inclined to watch Luca to respond? I feel like a lot of people saw the I'm gonna I don't think they're intentionally queer baiting, but I think they're kind of queer baiting. I'm not saying queer baiting is a bad thing, by the way. I'm just saying, if I think that they played a very smart game. They did not make it explicitly gay, so people like Matt Wash's kids could still be able to watch it. But they did. It's so awesome, right? You have two straight kids, a regular Pixar movie. Two straight kids, and then you have in the gay community, in the gay homes, you got two gay kids, and this is actually a very brilliant part by Pixar. Pixar, I see through it. Or at least this was a happy accident.
Rich in gay subtext. Yes.
And I believe that just because it's written, and like I said, the whole thing is about the parents accepting the kids for who they are, if that's what it's saying, and the outside accepting the kids for who they are. So I think that's the most of the message, is basically like, kids need to be accepted for who they are, or else they're gonna fucking die. And the rights, like we should have abortion, but then you're fine with kids being shot to death and killing themselves because of what you guys say. Number one, the killing of her is I don't get it. Why can't you just accept, like, they're going through all this stuff, mocking them, and what happens when I watch Middle America, right? I watch my dad's own stuff. You don't think that Ben Shapiro's kids is gonna watch Ben Shapiro? You don't think that? You don't think that? Number one, you have the bonus of it being your dad. Number two, you have similar intelligence as he does. So I think it's absurd to say that Ben Shapiro's kids are not gonna see that, and the way it's dangerous. He's talking about that, and then I didn't need to get into that with the whole police stuff, because you guys are Southern Liberty.
Why tell any other kind of story when you could have so easily told a gay one?
Yeah, Pixar picked right down the middle, and it worked. It worked, because you have your regular straight couple for the right, and then for the left you have to me, if Pixar did it on purpose, it's one of the most intelligent movies ever created, not because of the flaw at all, but the surrounding political climate of it. Also, climate change is bad. Political climate change is bad. I had to make that joke. I had to.
Does Sylvester Stallone fight Carl Weathers in Rocky when they could have been gay lovers instead?
No, I don't. No, I'm not gonna say that because.
Why is Apollo 13 about an aborted lunar mission when it could have been a romance between...
Oh no, I've been dropped in the middle of the ocean. I better get to this island first. I better upgrade this quick before I run into someone else. Let me collect this land to make my island bigger. Oh no, someone's attacking. I better merge these guys and make them stronger. They never saw me coming. And just like that, his land is mine now. 2 tanks. Oh, somebody else wants some, huh? I just made short work of them. Just
2 gay astronauts on...
They had to put their all the eggs in one basket. Instead, what they did was because it's so in the middle and there's so much stuff going around it, it's so circulating, and people can't talk about a movie without really watching it.
On fight Carl Weathers in Rocky when they could have been gay lovers instead. Why is Apollo 13 about an aborted lunar mission when it could have been a romance?
Yeah, and the thing is that to the left, they're like, you had a missed opportunity. I feel like for the left and LGBT community is you have really good. I'm saying that this is what they would be doing. You have really good opportunity to actually make it all this stuff and make it super stacked. I feel like that's what they're trying to do. They're like, wow, like this could have been really stacked if you just done that. So, you know, I can see why some people would be like, well, how come they didn't just, make it official, and then it would have been better if it would have been better. Like, I think that's what they'd be thinking. It'd be better if they had whatever. Now I just want to say I'm not gay, and I'm not gay. That's Storm, by the way. I'm not gay, and I don't. I don't hate the LGBT community, but I don't want to say I'm in it, because just because I got 2 gay friends, I don't think that means that I'm in it. I don't know what it means to really be like in the LGBT community and not be actually gay or whatever. But yeah. But yeah. But what was I saying again? Oh yeah. So like I'm just saying like I don't know what. But yeah, so I'm just saying that because. But anyway, so here we go.
It's between 2 gay astronauts.
Because I'm acting really like expressive about it, but I just want to just express the point of how that would be.
On Mars, a kind of Brokeback Mountain in space type of thing. And by the way, I hope you'll admire my restraint in refraining from making a Uranus joke right here. I'm not doing that.
You just did. Kind of. Alright. Yep. Yippers.
But why should any story be told if it's not a mechanism for sexual?
No, here's the thing. To me, that seems so obvious why people would want to make it gay, because it's so close. And it was a really big missed opportunity on Disney's part if they wanted to really lean into that. I think the controversy surrounding it is, I'm not going to say any publicity is good publicity, or any publicity is good publicity, like the Amiibo thing. So I think for Disney or Pixar, any publicity is good publicity. So, especially that's so split in the middle.
Indoctrination. Why should anything exist if it's not ideologically useful?
Yes, I'm saying, like, it's obviously they're thinking This is so close. It would have been so awesome if you make it. That's obviously what they're thinking. That's obviously what they're thinking.
To progressives. These are the questions that torment our friends on the left.
No, they're not. Stop doing that. They said that because it's so close for them to be like, it's so close to being gay. It really is. That if you swap out the character for a girl, you're automatically saying that there's some sort of romance. So I just hate when people lie through things like that, and they try to act like that. Like there's no merit to the argument. The merit of this argument from the left is that, number one, it was if you switched out for a girl, you're gonna say so don't blame them for shipping them at all. And that I think that they would have thought that and it would have been, I think, for the LGBT community, I think it would have been like really, really, really good if they had, made it. If they had made it, I think they would really let the people really good. They had made it. They made them like officially gay, but he's damn putting all the eggs in one basket. Instead, this is an awesome way. Not only do they have it diversified, they also have like a ton of
And the questions are all the more disturbing when applied to a movie about 8 or 9-year-old boys.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I mean, this isn't torment them anyway. There's like a missed opportunity. I can see people make a lot of articles on it.
It's bad enough for them to sexualize children as they do, but now...
Well, if you had them dating, or at least them liking each other, would you say that? I don't think you would.
Now they're offended when children are...
I don't know. I'm new to... I'm new to Matt Walsh's channel and the Daily Wire itself. It was first Ben Shapiro. I've been around Ben Shapiro for a while, and Candace Owens had just got like a
not sexualized.
Not a show.
The writer of that Insider
Also,
article is experiencing something like moral indignation at the fact that a couple of prepubescent cartoon characters aren't depicted in an explicitly sexual embrace. I'd really hate to see what sort of improvements, quote unquote, this weirdo would make to those stories of male friendship that I grew up.
Have them kiss, maybe show a scene where the blushing, something that downright confirms, with very little shadow of a doubt. Very
Watch.
little.
Don't let them anywhere near the Sandlot, is all I can say. Don't let them anywhere near an actual Sandlot either if there are kids on it. The implications here go beyond movies and cartoons. The real point for these leftists with their...
Well, for me, the real point of, if, like I've said, I don't know what's going on, but for me, I think it was about parents accepting the kids for who they are, and I feel that was the most
half-baked Freudian notions is that all people are driven primarily by sexual impulses, and this includes children to them. In their dark, pedophilic vision of reality, innocent platonic...
No, because just because you like each other or you say, hey, I like you, does not mean that you guys are getting in the bed together. This is what I hate. He keeps using words like sexualize. Just because they have infatuation with them does not mean that they want to stop being... Nope, I'm not going to say that. But you know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. He's going there. He's the one that's making up that narrative. He's the one that's making up that pervert narrative. He's the one that's doing that. Not us. We're just saying that him. I don't know why I say us. It's so weird. But what they're doing is they're saying if they have them dating, or have them at least like each other, or at least one of them blushing. But no, this guy wants to paint. See, I hate liars. I hate liars when people lie to your face in the media now, because they're gonna say this guy's gonna get the Daily Wire is the only wire out there. Actually, gonna tell us now. I know the Wire is what I'm saying. The Daily Wire is the only piece of media that's actually gonna tell us what's really going on. But no.
Friendships don't exist, can't exist. They see two boys with their arms around each other, and they think, well, why would anyone behave this way unless it's for sex?
It's not why. If you switched out with a girl, that's why. And they don't have that thing. They don't have the, oh, if you switched out with a girl, so
Sexual reasons. No other kind of love.
Yeah?
Come up here, please.
I guess we'll do part 2 later. My mom interrupted me this time, so I was feeling on my phone.